Yo, I'm Ben. I've been dancing for 8 years now, both choreography and freestyle. I've been on Ascension, UCSD, for the past 2 years, and I've directed UCSD's Casa Dance Off. So in dance, there's choreography and then there's freestyle. Although they're both called dancing, they're two like pretty separate concepts. I was trying to think of an analogy for this, and I think a pretty good one is if you've seen the Lego movie, you have master builders, and then you have like in the beginning of the scene, in the beginning of the movie, you have like all those construction workers, right? Master builders are kind of like the freestylers, and then choreography people are kind of like the construction workers, right? With freestyle, you get to like make whatever you want, whatever comes to mind. There's kind of no rules to it. But with choreography, you have to kind of follow these set guidelines, and like it's kind of like following a recipe to like make a picture, right? People who do only choreography, they find it really hard to freestyle, right? Because they're not used to coming up with their own ideas. They're used to following other people's. And then people who freestyle, they find it hard to they sometimes find it hard to assimilate into the choreography world because they're used to doing things their way. They're not used to like molding into the picture perfect choreography world. But then there's some people that manage to get into both, and I think that's like the best way to approach dancing. You get to make pictures that are very readable, understandable for the audience, and you also get to explore, I think, like where the love and passion of dance really comes from, which is freestyle, and just coming up with your own ideas and sharing your ideas with people. And usually people in the choreography world that choreograph the pieces for everyone else, they can all freestyle. So I think having both together is the best way to be a dancer.
Hi, I'm Ethan Nguyen, sophomore at SDSU. Started off dancing back in high school for 2 years. Started junior, senior year. I danced K-pop, learned K-pop choreo. And then when I got to college, danced at UCSD, 2 teams. I danced on K&D and Sleepers Collective. And that was my freshman year dance experience. And this year I'm not doing anything. If you only do choreography, are you really a dancer? Does that make you a dancer? Oh, that's a really tough one. But for me personally, I don't, people are gonna give me flack for this, but I don't think you're a dancer if you can only do choreography, or like, I don't think you're like a true dancer, or I guess you could be a dancer in certain respect. Depends on what kind of dancer you're trying to define. But if you're defining like, a dance, maybe not. I wouldn't think so. Because like, the history of dance and what it is like, back in like the tribal times, and people dance, you didn't have like choreography. Like they would just like, they'd have their drums or like they'd hit their rocks or whatever and sticks, and they'd make music and they just dance to that. There's like no form or anything, and that's dancing. I feel like if you're just like a choreography dancer, I feel like if you only do choreography, you're more like, it's not the right word for it. Like, I feel like you're like a poser. Like you just do poses and like you just learn poses. I hate to say that, but like, yeah, it feels like if you just like know how to do choreography and you don't know how to like freestyle or just dance to music. If you just hear music and you just dance. Some people if they do choreography, they will like refuse to like freestyle or dance to music. Like, if that's you, I don't think you're a dancer. Cause, like, if you can't just dance to music and like if music's playing, that's not like really dancing. You're just kind of going through you're like learning these motions and you're just repeating them. That's not really dancing. Dancing is like dancing is like a connection between your body and the music. And if you don't have that connection, then you're not really a dancer.